Today, we're diving into a crucial topic for your health: the top 12 most contaminated fruits and vegetables you should avoid. These are commonly known as the dirty dozen. We all know that fruits and veggies are essential for a healthy diet, but unfortunately, some of them can contain high levels of pesticides. These chemicals are used to protect crops from pests, but they can also pose health risks to us. Now, I'm not saying you should completely swear off these foods, but it's important to be aware of the potential risks and take steps to minimize your exposure. Washing and peeling can help, but sometimes it's not enough. We're going to go through the Dirty Dozen list, which ranks produce items based on their pesticide levels. This list is updated annually by the Environmental Working Group, so it's based on the latest research. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding which foods are most contaminated, you can make informed choices about what you eat and take steps to protect your health. Opting for organic versions of these items can be a good strategy. Let's get started on this journey to better health and smarter choices. All right, guys, kicking off our list at number 1, we've got strawberries. I know, they're delicious, but unfortunately, they consistently rank highest in pesticide residues. Think about it. Strawberries have those soft, porous skins, and they're grown close to the ground, making them more susceptible to absorbing pesticides. And we're not just talking about one type of pesticide either. Studies have found multiple types of pesticide residues on conventionally grown strawberries. Now, don't panic and ditch those berries just yet. We'll talk about ways to reduce your exposure later on. Next up at number 2, we have spinach. This leafy green is a nutritional powerhouse packed with vitamins and minerals, but unfortunately, it's also a magnet for pesticides. Just like strawberries, spinach has a large surface area that can absorb pesticides from the environment, and because it's often eaten raw in salads and smoothies, there's no cooking process to potentially break down some of those residues. So, what's the takeaway here? Don't stop eating spinach altogether, but be mindful of where you're getting it from, and consider choosing organic options when possible. Coming in at number 3, we've got a group of leafy greens, kale, collards, and mustard greens. These veggies are often touted as superfoods, and for good reason. They're loaded with nutrients. However, they also tend to have high levels of pesticide residues. Why? Well, they're often grown in the same fields as spinach and face similar challenges when it comes to pesticide absorption. So if you're a fan of these greens, it's worth considering organic options or exploring alternative leafy greens that might have lower pesticide levels. Chapter 4. Grapes not as sweet as you think. Number 4 on our list is grapes. Now, who doesn't love a juicy bunch of grapes? But behind that sweetness, there's often a hidden danger: pesticides. Grapes are particularly susceptible to pests, so they're often heavily sprayed with pesticides during the growing process. And those residues can linger on the skin and even make their way into the fruit itself. So next time you're craving grapes, consider opting for organic varieties or giving them a thorough wash before enjoying. Chapter 5. Peaches, a fuzzy fruit with a pesticide problem. At number 5, we have peaches. Those fuzzy, juicy peaches that scream summertime can also harbor high levels of pesticides. Peaches, like grapes, are prone to pests and diseases, so they're often treated with multiple pesticides throughout the growing season. And that fuzzy skin, it can actually trap pesticide residues, making them harder to wash off. So, when it comes to peaches, organic is definitely the way to go if you want to minimize your pesticide exposure. Chapter 6, pears. Another fruit to be cautious of. Coming in at number 6, we have pears. Pears are another fruit that often tests positive for multiple pesticide residues. They're typically treated with pesticides to protect against insects and fungal diseases. And because pears have a relatively thin skin, those pesticides can more easily penetrate the fruit. So if you're a pear enthusiast, it's worth considering organic options or giving them a good scrub before eating. Chapter 7. Nectarines, the peach's close cousin, also high in pesticides. Number 7 on our list is nectarines. These smooth-skinned cousins of peaches share a similar problem: high pesticide levels. Nectarines are often grown using conventional farming practices, which means they're typically treated with pesticides to ward off pests and diseases. And just like peaches, those pesticides can linger on the skin and potentially contaminate the fruit itself. So, if you're looking for a low pesticide option, organic nectarines are the way to go. Chapter 8. Apples, an everyday fruit with a pesticide burden. At number 8, we have a fruit that many of us eat regularly, apples. These crisp, juicy fruits are a favorite in many households, enjoyed by people of all ages. Whether it's a quick snack, a key ingredient in a recipe, or a staple in a lunchbox, apples are incredibly versatile. However, apples are a staple in many diets, but they also come with a significant pesticide burden. The use of pesticides is widespread in apple orchards to ensure a bountiful harvest and to keep the fruits looking perfect for consumers. They're often treated with pesticides to protect against insects, fungal diseases, and even to improve their appearance. These chemicals help in preventing blemishes and ensuring that the apples remain visually appealing, which is crucial for marketability. And those pesticides can linger on the skin and even make their way into the flesh of the apple. This means that even after washing, some pesticide residues can still be present, potentially posing health risks over time. So whether you're enjoying an apple whole, sliced, or in a pie, it's worth considering organic options to reduce your pesticide exposure. Organic apples are grown without synthetic pesticides, making them a safer choice for you and your family. Washing apples thoroughly can also help, but opting for organic is a more effective way to minimize pesticide intake. Chapter 9. Bell peppers and hot peppers. Spice up your life, not your pesticide intake. Coming in at number 9, we have both bell peppers and hot peppers. These vibrant and flavorful vegetables are a staple in many kitchens around the world. These versatile veggies add flavor and color to our dishes, making them not only delicious, but also visually appealing. Whether you're adding them to a fresh salad, stir-frying them with other vegetables, or incorporating them into a spicy dish, peppers can elevate any meal. However, it's important to be aware that they can also harbor high levels of pesticides. This is because peppers are often treated with pesticides to protect against insects and diseases that can damage the crops. Peppers are often treated with pesticides to protect against insects and diseases. These chemicals help ensure a bountiful harvest, but they also leave residues on the produce. And because we typically eat the entire pepper, including the skin, we are directly exposed to any residues that might be present. This exposure can be concerning, especially for those who consume peppers regularly. We're exposed to any residues that might be present. Pesticide residues can be difficult to remove completely, even with thorough washing. So, if you're a fan of peppers, consider choosing organic options. Organic peppers are grown without synthetic pesticides, making them a safer choice for you and your family, or giving them a thorough wash before using them in your cooking. Washing can help reduce the amount of pesticide residue, but it may not eliminate it entirely. For the best protection, opt for organic whenever possible. Chapter 10. Cherries, small but mighty in pesticide levels. Number 10 on our list is cherries. These sweet and tart fruits are a summertime favorite, but they also rank high in pesticide contamination. Cherries are often treated with pesticides to protect against insects, birds, and diseases. And because they're so small, it's difficult to effectively remove all pesticide residues through washing. So if you're looking for a low pesticide option, organic cherries are the way to go. Chapter 11. Blueberries, antioxidants, and pesticides. At number 11, we have blueberries. Blueberries are often touted as a superfood, and for good reason. They're packed with antioxidants and other beneficial nutrients. However, they also tend to have high levels of pesticide residues. Blueberries are often treated with pesticides to protect against insects, birds, and diseases. And because they have a delicate skin, those pesticides can more easily penetrate the fruit. So, if you're a blueberry enthusiast, consider choosing organic options or giving them a good rinse before enjoying. Chapter 12, green beans, a common veggie with pesticide residues. And finally, rounding out our list at number 12, we have green beans. Green beans are a common vegetable that often contains multiple pesticide residues. They're typically treated with pesticides to protect against insects, fungal diseases, and weeds. And because we often eat the entire bean, including the pod, we're exposed to any residues that might be present. So if you're looking for a low pesticide option, organic green beans are a good choice. Outro, stay safe and healthy. Thanks for watching. I hope this information has been helpful in raising your awareness about pesticide contamination in fruits and vegetables. Remember, the goal here isn't to scare you, but to empower you to make informed choices about the food you eat. In future videos, we'll discuss ways to reduce your pesticide exposure, such as washing and peeling your produce, choosing organic options when possible, and exploring alternative food preparation methods. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more health tips and information. Stay safe and healthy.